Good morning, Detroit Yogis. It's Carrie here. We'll be working through a short version of a Hatha yoga class today. This video is for all of our students who join us throughout Detroit at the Detroit Parks and Recreation Centers. They're all closed for about 2 weeks from August 21st to September 4th. So to support our students' yoga practice so they can maintain that weekly practice, we'll be offering some videos. So feel free to practice along, repeat. It's not going to be a full hour, but you can do the sun salutations and many of the moves several times from your living room. Let's all get started. Sitting up nice and tall in any comfortable seated position, really. And then when you find that space that feels nice and good, turn your palms up and allow your eyes to close, bringing the chin down to the chest. When we close our eyes, it's the first step in triggering relaxation. So just for these first few moments of class, let them rest. And start to notice how you're breathing. Notice if your breath is moving fast or slow through your nose. And then place your hands on your belly, continuing to notice how you're breathing. A lot of us breathe in the reverse order, but we're actually going to do something called reverse breathing in yoga, where as you breathe in, you fill your belly up, and as you breathe out and the breath empties, the belly contracts. So as you breathe in, feel your belly expand like a balloon with breath. And as you breathe out, feel your navel reach towards your spine. Continue that breathing. And start to notice the sound and the texture of your breath. Allow those deeper breaths to become even. So if your breath in is 3 seconds, allow your exhale to be a full 3 seconds. Your next inhale, erect the spine. And as you exhale, bring your chin over, or your ear over to your right shoulder and down towards your chest. Then as you inhale, take the ear over to your left shoulder and your chin up to the sky. And sweetly open your eyes and just take a few rounds of these neck rolls, breath by breath. Then change sides. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Find your grounding through your sitting bones. Still working to cultivate that breath and movement. Inhale the shoulders up. Exhale to roll them down and back. Inhale, lift your shoulders high. And exhale, roll them down and back. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, lower. And reverse the direction. Sitting up nice and tall. Take a full breath in, reach up, lift your eyes and the fingertips. And as you exhale, take your right fingertips, or maybe the elbow, down to the mat, and then stretch that left arm all the way up and over. Take 5 deep breaths here in this side body extension, with your gaze up towards the sky or ceiling if you're doing this from home. Inhale to reach all the way back up, looking up. And exhale to place that left hand down, or maybe the elbow, whichever one is available for you. And notice if you're caving in, or if you can keep that shoulder back to open the heart. Inhale, back through center, stretch all the way up. And then exhale, plant the hands right behind your hips, about an inch, with the fingertips facing your body. Unwind your legs, press the soles of your feet down into the mat. As you inhale, draw the shoulder blades together and lift your face up to the sky in this gentle heart opener. Feel free to hang out in this pose for 5 breaths, or if you want a deeper stretch through your shoulders, inhale and lift your whole body up, pressing through your toes, your soles, your palms, and your fingertips. Take one more inhale to lift your hips up, or your heart if you're sitting, and then exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. Cross your legs, inhale to scoop your arms up in your gaze, and exhale, fold forward. Walk the fingertips out with a nice straight spine, keeping the sitting bones rooted into the mat, and as you exhale, fold in. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out. Inhale your hands all the way back up to the sky, stretching from the waist up. And as you exhale, make your way to your knees in whichever way is available for you. You can roll there, or you can come onto your side and make it up here. And once you do, take your knees to the corners of your mat. Bring your big toes together and have a seat back onto your heels, letting your forehead come down. This is child's pose. You need a break throughout class, come to this restorative pose. On your next inhale, rise up to hands and knees in table pose. And we'll begin warming up the spine with some gentle cat and cows. So as you exhale, let your belly reach down towards the mat and lift your face up. Draw your shoulders back here in cow pose. And exhale, press the floor away from you. Look at your belly and lift the center of your spine up towards the sky in cat pose. Inhale, concaving the back, reaching the chin up. And exhale, rounding and rooting down in your cat. Take a few more cat and cows, moving at the pace of your breath. Take it slow. By the time that belly reaches down and your face is up, your breath is completely full. Your body is full with breath. And as you exhale, every time you round, and by the time the center of your spine reaches up, the breath is out. Inhales, lift your body up as you expand from within. And exhales, allow you to ground through the mat. Make your way to that nice flat back table. And then walk your hands up just an inch. See that the fingertips are spread far apart with the very center of your palm rooting down into the mat. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips all the way up. Now if you notice some sensations in your wrists or your mouth opened up, lower the knees back down. This class is for you, so do what feels appropriate for you. And your breath tells you where your body should be. Start to pedal your feet out. And then root the heels down. Inhale to your tippy toes. And as you exhale, look between your thumbs and step your feet to the top of the mat. Take your hands to your shins and peek up halfway. Roll your shoulders back. Good. Exhale, fold all the way in. Root down through the feet and take a big breath in and reach the arms up. Look up and exhale to bring your hands to your heart center in equal standing, Samastitihi. Just before we begin our sun salutations, place your right hand on your heart and your left hand right under your low belly, Uddiyana Bandha. Just noticing how you're breathing. And close the eyes again. Just noticing now that you added a little movement, if that breath sped up. This is that opportunity to slow it back down and even it out. That's what we'll be practicing today, drawing your attention inwards by noticing each breath in and out. On your next inhale, circle the arms up. Sweetly open those eyes again, reach up. And exhale, fold forward. We call this swan diving forward. Take that half lift to inhale. You can leave your fingertips here on the mat if the back is nice and straight here. Or take your hands up to your shin and gently press the legs back, feeling a stretch through the hamstrings and spine. Exhale to plant your hands and step it back to the top of a plank. You can also lower down to the knees, yogi's choice. Listen to your breath for an indication as to where your body should be. If your lips are sealed, come on back up to that plank. If not, lower down. And squeeze the elbows in towards your body and slowly lower your chest down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Good. Press your toenails down into the mat, squeeze the elbows towards your body, keep your glutes soft, and inhale to slowly start to lift up in Cobra. If that's too much, you can come to Sphinx pose with your elbows under your shoulder, gently pulling the heart through. Or if you need a little more today, you can always lift your thighs up off of the ground in upward facing dog. And then tuck your toes under and lift all the way up to down dog. And you can also get to that pose from table to downward dog if you'd like. In down dog, look at your navel or between your knees so the back of your neck is extended long and your head is hanging heavy, just so there's no pressure in your neck, shoulder area. Inhale to your toes, exhale to step your feet to the top of your mat. Peek up just halfway, lengthening your spine, and exhale to fold all the way back in. Inhale, feel your lungs up, reach up, look up, and exhale, bring your hands back to equal standing. We'll go through that sun salutation A, Surya Namaskar, letter A. Again, breath by breath together. Inhale, circle the arms up. Fill your lungs up and look up. And exhale, let it go. Dive forward, hinging from the hips, gazing towards the knees. Inhale up halfway, gazing forward over the tip of your nose. And as you exhale, plant the hands and step it to the top of a push-up or the top of your table. And slowly, slowly lower down to your belly, squeezing the elbows to the sides of your body. Inhale to scoop your heart up towards the sky without clenching the glutes, shoulders away from the ears. And exhale to downward dog. You can go straight to down dog or go to table pose first. Your breath, your body, your practice. Take 5 breaths in downward facing dog. After your 5th exhalation, take a big breath in and rise up to your toes. Bending the knees, exhale the feet between your palms. Inhale up just halfway. And exhale, fold in to release. Inhale, reach your hands up as you root down through your feet, working the opposites, yoking it with the breath. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Five breaths in your downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Now we'll try our sun salutation letter B together. We'll work through a couple rounds, nice and slow. Take your time. This is inspired by Ashtanga yoga, but because we're making this accessible for people with injuries and all sorts of limitations and they're new in the practice, we don't move one breath, one movement usually in class. We may hold the postures for several breaths. So let's bend the knees and inhale the arms up. And exhale, fold forward, gazing towards your knees. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. And as you exhale, plant the hands, step it back to your plank or your table, and lower the heart down, elbows shaving your sides. Inhale to peel your heart up, get a back bend. Exhale to downward dog and step your right foot between your palms. Pivot and plant that left heel down at a 45-degree angle. And inhale to reach your arms up and look up. And in Warrior A, make sure your hips are facing forward to the short edge of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Look up. Good. Exhale, surround your right foot with both hands and step it back to the top of your table or plank. Good. And then slowly, slowly lower down. Sorry, a little notification came up on my phone saying that it's about to die. But it's cool. We'll try the other side together. Step it back and lower as you exhale. Inhale, sweep your heart up. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Step the left foot between your palms and pivot your right heel down. Inhale to circle the arms up. Reach up, look up. Hugging the ribs in and up. And exhale to the bottom of your push-up or table. Scoop your heart up with a big breath in. And let's exhale to child's pose. Feeling the breath. Move in and out through your nose. Feel your belly expanding and contracting with breath. Good. Inhaling, making your way back up to the table. And eventually to downward dog, just as a transition to make your way to the top of your mat. And we usually add a balancing pose in class. So since we're around all these beautiful trees at Belle, we'll work on tree pose. So find a space that is flat if you're also outside, or if you have issues balancing, typically just step off of your mat altogether. I think I found a flat spot here. So go ahead and take your hands to your hips, grow roots through your feet, and then bring your ankle to your other ankle. Turn that right leg all the way out. And bring your hands to your heart center. Balancing out your breath. If you feel stable and very good here, stay just like this. Or you can slide the sole of your right foot up under the knee or above the knee. Yogi's choice. Just don't put it on your knee at that soft cartilage and tissue, but anywhere else is good. And once you feel nice and balanced, if you do, you can lift your arms up and lift your gaze up. And if you fall, no worries. Every breath is another opportunity to start again on or off this mat. Take one more big inhale, stretch the fingertips tall, and then exhale, release it down. Hands at heart center, equal standing. Let's try our other side. You might notice that it's a little different. The left hip may be tighter than the right. Go ahead and turn the left foot out with your palms, hips, or heart center, yogi's choice. Find your dristi. You know how I keep saying, look up, look down? Where you look is very important in yoga, and it could even help you balance. You can find a gazing point, something that isn't moving in front of you, to help you with your balance. And again, make that adjustment as to where your foot should be, and be honest with yourself. You might want to lift it above your knee, but if you can't, feel free to take it right under your knee, or plant it in the earth and breathe. Maybe stretching those branches in your tree pose up towards the sky. As you exhale, relaxing those shoulder blades away from your ear. Take one more huge inhale wherever you are. Grow roots through that right foot. And then exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, up halfway, peeking forward. And exhale, come down to your hands and knees. We're going to move into our pretendian and set up for pigeon pose. So take your right knee over towards that right wrist. And you want your shin to be parallel with the short edge of the mat. So you can turn it in this way, but if that's too much today, just turn it in a little bit. And slide the left thigh back, so it's rotating down towards your mat. And bring your fingertips by your hips to ground down a little deeper. And as you inhale, lift up. Exhaling to slowly come forward. Maybe to your elbows, or maybe come all the way down in this hip opening posture. Notice what you're noticing in this pose. You may start to feel some sensations arise in that right hip. Just let your forehead relax down and try to continue to notice each one of the breaths flowing in through your nose and out through the nose. Inhale, slowly come up to your forearms. Lift that right arm up to the sky, get a twist here. Try to stack your right shoulder over your left. And as you exhale, place both hands into the mat. Put your weight into that right hip and bring your left foot straight out in front of you, keeping the right leg bent. See that both of your sitting bones are flat down onto the earth. Flex the left toes towards your face and turn your body towards that left leg. Inhale to stretch your arms all the way up, lift your gaze. And exhale to reach out for that left ankle, shin, or foot. Take a breath in, bring your chin to your toes. And then exhale, fold all the way in Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Good, inhale to slowly come up. Cross your legs, reach your hands all the way up to the sky, and then let's make our way to hands and knees, the best way available for you. Go ahead and slide your left knee all the way up towards that left wrist. Turn it in as much as you can. You don't want to force anything in yoga. I'm not very flexible on that left side, so just taking note that it might feel a little different, and that's okay. Take your fingertips back by your hips to ground down a little deeper, drawing the top of your right thigh down towards the earth. And then as you exhale, slowly come forward. Inhale, slowly come on up. Put your weight into that left hip and bring your right foot out straight in front of you, keeping the right leg bent. Inhale to reach your fingertips up towards the sky, and exhale to reach out for that right ankle, shin, foot, whatever you can grab a hold of. Take a breath in, bring your chin out towards your toes to stretch your spine long. And exhale to fold all the way in. Maybe even bringing that left ear down towards your right knee to get a deep stretch through the low back, the lumbar spine. Good, inhale, come on up. And then stretch both of your legs out long in front of you for a forward fold. Inhale to get your peace fingers up for Paschimottanasana, letter A. And reach out for your big toes. If you can't catch them, no worries. Just keep reaching and breathing. If you can grab them, go ahead and do so. Take a breath in and bring your chin out towards your toes. And as you exhale, fold forward. For 10 deep breaths here. Inhale, slowly come on up. And then eventually make your way down towards your back. And when you do, hug the knees in towards your heart for a breath. Plant the feet down onto your mats, hip distance. You can measure that by catching your heels. Press your palms down, root down through your feet. Take a big inhale to lift your hips up. You can clasp your hands underneath your tailbone in bridge pose. If you have the bind with your hands, you can work the palms together for a deeper stretch through your shoulders. Take one more full breath in, breathing into the thoracic spine. And exhale, release your hands and slowly lower. Hug those knees in. And then stretch your feet up towards the sky. This is candlestick pose. You can stay right here, or you can lift your hips to stack over your shoulders. Yogi's choice. This is so good for our circulatory systems, just letting all the blood flow in the opposite direction than it has all day. Take about 5 more huge, even breaths through your nose here. If your hips are up like mine, go ahead and take your toes over your head in plow pose, halasana. If your hips are still rooted down into the mat, keep stretching the legs up towards the sky, flexing the toes towards your face. And then we'll all meet onto our backs. Bend your knees, press your soles down. Open your arms wide to a T. Allow your knees to fall over to the right. And turn your chin over to your left shoulder in a reclined spinal twist. Letting your left knee stack on top of the right for a nice stretch through your low back. Inhale through center and exhale as you change sides. Letting that right shoulder melt down onto the mat. Come back through center. And let your knees splay apart as the soles of your feet come together. Reach your arms over your head in Supta Baddha Konasana. Recline cobbler's pose for our last hip opening and heart opening posture. On your next inhale, fill up your belly as much as you can. Sip in all the fresh air you possibly can. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and hold it there at the top. Just retaining the breath for 5 seconds, letting it flow throughout your entire body, oxygenating and replenishing your cells. One more breath in, hold it, open your mouth and let it out. Stretch your right foot to the corner of the mat. Allow your right hand to follow. Stretch your left foot down and let your left hand follow. Turn your palms to the sky or your living room ceiling. And in our final yoga pose, Shavasana, which is corpse pose, let your body be completely still in this restful state of awareness. can stay in this pose as long as you want, but for the purposes of this video, just start to bring some awareness into your body. Wiggle your toes, your fingertips. Let your chin pass from shoulder to shoulder. Take an inhale and squeeze the knees in towards your heart. Draw a few circles in the sky for a little back massage. And then rock your way up to a seated position, with your palms pressing and your thumbs resting at your heart. Let's take one more cleansing breath together through the nose. Breathe in and release. The light in me bows and honors to that same light in you. Namaste. I don't really know where the video cut off because I went all the way to Shavasana, but I hope that the video was helpful to some of our students. Next time I'll try to have my phone charged, but the most important thing to have charged is that subtle body with energy, light, and love. Please join us for the next video or come out to some of our other classes. We also lead some Healthy Detroit yoga classes at Samaritan Center in Detroit and at Hines Park in Dearborn Heights. So feel free to come out to those ongoing classes until end of summer. Samaritan Center, I think, keeps going, but definitely go online, check out our schedule at www.yoganicflow.com. One thing we do to make it possible for us to offer free classes throughout the inner city is Hip Hop Yoga Detroit. Our next one is September 15th at MASH Detroit. So if you're open to support what we're doing, trying to make this practice accessible in Detroit, please join us. Tickets are available at hiphopyogadetroit.com. Thanks again for sharing your time and energy with me in Yoganic Flow. Namaste.